Yeah, so we're gonna warm up and hopefully dry up. And let's start by rocking side to side. And tuning into the breath, noticing you're grounded through the feet, through the tush, buttocks, sitting bones, whatever you want to call it, and the thighs, and lifting the crown of the head up. Imagine an invisible string pulling the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. But relax the neck, the shoulders, the jaw, the cheeks. Allow the cheeks to slacken. Your gaze softly focused on a point ahead of you. And you can keep your gaze in one place, or you can turn the head side to side, either with the hips or against the hips. So it takes a moment to do that, to change from going with the hips to opposite the hips. So you can try out, experiment with any variation of any movement. And yeah, so feel free to modify anything and everything. Remember, this is your yoga practice. We're all practicing together, but I'm doing my practice while you're doing your practice. And they're all slightly different. So we're doing this lateral movement of the spine as part of the 6 movements of the spine. So this is 2 movements, side to side. And then let's come to center. Let's roll the shoulders up and back and down before we move on to the cat and dog. So take your time here, feeling those shoulder blades, shoulders, upper back, middle back, lower back, belly, the chest, the ribs, the waist, the neck, the throat. Wherever you feel sensation, just notice it, acknowledge it. And let's reverse direction. The hands could be rubbing your thighs, creating heat, energy, prana, or they can be at your sides so that you can do a bigger motion. And then let's go back again. And let's bring the hands to the thighs and come into a cat and dog. So sitting at the front edge of the chair so you have room for the back to move forward and back. Feet grounded, feet about hip width apart. And when I talk about hip width, I mean the hip bones. So about 6 inches between the feet, or 5 or 4. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, round back. As you inhale, the chin tips upward, elbows bent back. As you exhale, rounding, the arms lengthen. Take your time with this. Notice sensation in the spine, in the belly, chest, and ribs, in the feet connected to the earth, crown of the head reaching up, shoulders moving forward and back, elbows and wrists too. Match the breath to the movement to the breath. Notice you're massaging the glutes, sitting bones as you move forward and back. And come back to center. So that's 2 more movements of the spine, forward and back. Let's take the arms up overhead, doing a few sun breaths, gazing at a point ahead of you, pressing down through the feet. Exhale, arms out to the sides and down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, push the air down. Notice the space around your body, the air, the quality of the air. Is it warm? Is it cool? Is it still or stale? Or is it breezy in your space? We want to keep noticing the space around us to keep ourselves right here, our minds right here where our bodies are. And we're going to float into a moving twist. So arms up overhead, exhale to one side, doesn't matter which side, we're doing both. Inhale up, exhale to the other side. See if you can keep your feet grounded, the legs parallel and still as you move the torso. And feel free to go as slow as you like, or you can move faster, as long as you match the breath to the movement. On the next round, we're going to hold our position. So coming to one side, one hand on the back of the chair, one hand crossing over to the opposite leg. Shoulders relax. If you're not sure if the shoulders are soft and down, lift them up, crunching them up towards the ears, and then release them down. Let's do that a couple times. Inhaling, shoulders up. Exhale, feeling the relief of creating space around the neck. One more. Gazing over the shoulder, relaxing your grip on the chair, on the knee or thigh, and then turn the head opposite, looking over. All the while still pressing down into the feet, grounding ourselves into the earth and lifting up, expanding belly, chest, ribs, heart center forward. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale to the other side, the side you didn't do yet. One hand crossing to the opposite knee, the other hand behind you. Inhale, feeling that prana, that energy, that life force and positivity entering belly, chest, and ribs, and the back and waist, the whole torso, feeling that rush of energy. On the exhale, twisting a little deeper and letting out whatever we don't need, toxins, negativity, squeezing out those inner organs. Turn the head opposite if you like, stretching your gaze to the other side, and come back to center, arms up. From here, let's pull. I'm using my right hand to pull the left wrist over. You could be doing either side and feel that tilt, the tilt of energy, the tilt of the weight of your body. We're grounded through both sitting bones and through the feet and through our gaze. Our gaze can be grounding as well, eyes on a point that is moving. Find your breath here, breathing into the ribs. One side of the torso lengthening, the other side contracted. Inhale, back up and switch sides. Gently grabbing the wrist and pulling to the opposite side. You can shake the head no, nod the head yes. Releasing tension in the neck, throat, and jaw. And come back to center. Arms up, and let's try a different side stretch, lowering one arm down. You can hold on to the chair if you want to feel more secure. Or just reach the fingers down. Again, pressing into the feet. Shake the head no, nod the head yes. Take a couple of breaths here. Feel that side stretch. Another option is to bring the hand to the hip. And then bringing the arms up again, reaching towards the ceiling, onto the other side. And notice one side is different than the other, most likely. Our bodies are not even, and that's natural, that's okay. Shake the head gently, no, nod the head yes. Our yoga practice is an inquiry into the state of our body and mind at this moment. Let's lower the hands in front of the heart. And let's do that again. Inhaling, arms up. Keeping our attention, our minds right here on this movement, on the sensations we're feeling in the body. Imagine you're wiping down the chalkboard with the hands in front of the heart so we can start fresh this morning. Inhaling, opening in the sun breath, even though it's raining out there, pouring. And release, shake it out. Take a pause. Notice how your body feels. Are you starting to warm up after those movements? Let's come into a 5-pointed star. So opening the legs wide, opening the arms wide. The legs can be straight. You can come onto the heels or flatten feet. Not sure if you can see that on the screen, but we can do a little pointing and flexing to work out the soles of the feet, the arches, tops of the feet, ankles, heels, pointing and flexing. If you need to hold on, you can hold on to the body or to the chair. Keep the breath flowing smoothly and evenly in this nice 5-pointed star. You can turn the head side to side, taking up as much space as you can as we rock the feet forward to the toes and up to feel the heels on the ground. And then victory pose or goddess pose, bending the knees, bending the elbows, take those elbows back. Notice the chest expanding, relax the face. A little Mona Lisa smile or a bigger smile. And then let's open and bend. Open, bend. With the breath. Without the breath, it's not yoga. Something else. So noticing how that feels and release for a moment. Shoulders up and back and down. Let's bring the arms together, elbows together, and clasp the fingers lightly, gently, and let's circle the wrists, elbows. You might feel it in the shoulders, shoulder blades. Let the fingers be loose, even though they're intertwined. And you may feel friction, heat between the forearms. Take a nice full breath in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. A sigh is good. And then reverse direction. Notice how that feels. Check in with the neck too. Make sure the neck isn't stiff in one position. And release, shake it out. Let's circle the arms from the shoulders, shoulder blades, all the way to the fingertips. And we could extend the legs and make a movement with the feet too, side to side. It's a balance. We're sitting and balancing. And you might have to think about it if you want to change direction. A little game. And release. Let's hug ourselves. And notice which arm is on top. So we're hugging ourselves so that you'll know which one to do later. And reaching the fingers as far back as you can towards the shoulder blades. And then find space to relax those elbows down. So you might have to let up a little on how far you reach back. Press down into the feet. Feel the neck free. And then lift those elbows up, covering up the throat. Exhale, release. Let's do that again. Inhaling, lifting. Belly expands. Exhale, release. Belly goes back. Your breath smooth and even as it can be on this Friday morning. And release. Notice which elbow on top, because we're going to open up. Expanding belly, chest, and ribs, and turning this into a back bend. So feel, I'm just turning to the side so you can see the back bend. Relax the neck. And then cross the hands the other way. I don't know. I forgot which one I did. And lift up and lower. Again, pressing down into the ground with the feet, lifting and lowering those elbows, relaxing the face and jaw. So we're working one part of the body or maybe a couple of parts, but there's always places that can be totally at ease, like the neck, the jaw, your gaze. And release, opening up. And then let's reverse, holding opposite elbows behind you. And again, you'll notice, I'm just showing you that this helps you sit up tall. So if you ever feel like you've been doing this for a while, just slouching, bring the hands behind you. You can hold the hands or hold opposite elbows, and that'll instantly straighten you up. Bring your attention right here to your posture. Feet grounded, crown of the head reaching up. Releasing tension in the spine, allowing for the prana, the oxygen, the life force to enter through the nose and reach every part of the body. Shake the head no. Nod the head yes. And let's try a different one, Camel, bringing the hands to the low back, fingertips, palms, or knuckles, whatever feels good. Shoulder blades draw back. Press those knuckles or fingertips into the low back or sacrum and expand belly, chest, and ribs. The chin can stay down, neutral, or you might want to lift it up, gazing upward without throwing your head back. Doing this with control, with awareness of sensation. So you never want to go past your edge. You want to go to a place where you feel sensation, but not pain, never pain. And release with a forward fold. So let's sit up tall again, hands on the thighs, and then slowly, slowly with a flat back, tip forward. Tailbone will come up off the chair, but the thighs are supporting you. Remember to keep the back flat. You can bring the forearms or elbows to the thighs. You can stay right here, or if you feel like coming deeper, let the arms come down onto the legs, belly comes to the thighs. Relax the neck, shake the head no, nod the head yes. You can have a block in front of you if the floor is too far away, or 2 blocks for the hands. Instead of blocks, you can use books, or you can just reach down towards the ground or onto the legs. From here, we're going to come into a forward fold twist. So bring one hand to the hip, opening the belly, chest, ribs to the side. Hand can stay on the hip, or you might want to raise the arm, or you might want to bend the elbow back behind you. Using that elbow, that shoulder to help you tip the chest open. Breathe here. You might notice little pops and clicks in the spine. And release. Let's try the other side. Yep, it's okay to oi, to sigh. Any sound that comes out is all right. Your body talking to you. Opening up in the side, stretch, twist, forward fold. So a lot going on here. Release down. If you'd like to come deeper, head lower than the heart, go ahead. Otherwise, keep the head in line with the heart if you tend to get dizzy or lightheaded. And either way, shake the head gently no, as if you're saying no to bad energy, and nod the head yes to all the good stuff. Come back up slowly and gently, bringing the forearms to the thighs, and then pressing the hands into the thighs. And let's come back into a cat and dog. Noticing the state of our spines, right now on this Friday morning. Sacrum, low back, middle back, upper back, shoulders and neck. And noticing the belly, chest, ribs, and even the collarbones filling with positivity and energy on the inhale, and releasing what we don't need on the exhale. Coming back to sit up tall, let's try a different cat and dog. Opening the arms, chest comes forward, sternum forward, heart center forward. Exhale, round back, hands come together. Inhale, open. Exhale, release. Taking your time. Softening the face. How does this feel? Just think about how this feels for your body and for your mind. And the breath could be reversed. You might exhale as you come forward. Inhale as you float back. And release. Shake it all out. So let's try standing. Let's press down into the feet and lift up. And sorry, we're going to sit and stand a few times. Or you can stay in place. If you're staying in your seat, you might just energize your core as if you're going to stand, feeling that energy gathering in the body, in the pelvis, in the torso, as if you're going to stand and sit. Great work. So everything can be adapted. And let's stand now. That's enough of that. Coming to a nice stance, mountain pose, feet parallel. Shoulders up and back and down so that the arms are at your sides, fingertips reaching down. Hands a little away from the body. Notice the space around the air, around the arms, around the legs. Chin parallel to the ground in your mountain. Your gaze softly focused on a point on the floor or straight ahead. Relax the face. Notice the knees. Did you tighten them? Did you lock them to stand, or can you release them, softening the knees? The calf muscles will soften a little as well. And the legs are supporting us. The lower half of the body for sure, but now, well, they're supporting the whole body, but now feel the upper half of the body uplifted, as if you're reaching up the crown of the head towards the ceiling, and then tilt towards the toes and lift up the heels, tippy toes, and you can always hold on to the chair, and then tip back or to the wall, tip back, lifting the toes. So we could do the same with the fingers, down as the heels come up, and up as the toes come up. Good. Breathing here, noticing the quads, the hamstrings, the calf muscles, all energizing and releasing. And we're working with balance on 2 feet. Relax the face. And back to center. Let the soles of the feet really sink into the ground. And let's bring the hands in front of the heart and bend the knees, floating down and standing up. So crouching down, tailbone back, chest open, and lifting up. And then let's hold the position. So holding the position, but not holding the breath. Again, tailbone back, relax the shoulders down, press the thumbs against the sternum, heart center shining forward. Feel that work going on in the legs, and then stand up and release And let's swish side to side. And of course, this could be done in the chair as well. And notice as you swish, can you lift one heel and the other so that the ankles get some movement, the knees bending and straightening, the hips turning side to side, all the joints getting movement, getting lubricated, shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers, and the neck. You can keep your gaze focused straight ahead, or if it's comfortable for you, you can turn the head or turn the eyes side to side. If I remember, we'll do a little eye yoga at the end. Come back to center and stretch, circling the hips, releasing the jaw, and always bringing your attention to places where you know you have a little trouble relaxing. There are spots in your face and your jaw or somewhere else in the body that are tight, chronically tight. So bring your attention to those places and imagine them stretching, releasing. Imagine space in those areas. So reversing direction of the hip swirls. And then you might want to hold on to the chair. We're going to do the same with the ankles. So holding on or not holding on. So we're going to turn the toes under, if you can, without shoes preferably. Otherwise, with the shoes, doing the best you can. And circling the whole heel and ankle while the other leg is supporting you. So standing up tall, holding on or letting go, experimenting with balance, and turning the whole ankle one direction and the other. And remember, like always, to take care of yourself. If something doesn't feel right, it's probably not right today. So let it go. Modify or just breathe. Yoga is all about the breathing. And shake out that leg, release. Notice the difference between the two legs. Take a pause for a moment and shift your weight side to side. Yeah, you might want to switch sides as you guys did to do the other ankle if you want to hold on. So turning the ankle. If it hurts the toes to press them against the ground, you can do this in the air. And you'd hold on. One direction and the other. Noticing the ankle, the heel, the sole of the foot, the arch of the foot, the toes, the top of the foot. So getting into those toe joints to get them flexible and release, shake it out. Okay, now let's try balancing on one foot. So again, holding onto the chair and try to hold on lightly, not gripping like your life depends on it, because the chair's right here, it's not going anywhere. So shifting your weight to one foot and bringing the other foot anywhere along the inseam of the standing foot. So bending that knee out to the side. Toes could be touching down, or you might bring the foot anywhere along the inseam. If your foot's against the knee joint, don't press hard. If it's against the shin or the thigh, it's fine. And feel that isometric press, the leg against the foot against the leg. Add your Kegel, lifting the pelvic floor will help elevate the upper half of your body, expanding belly, chest, and ribs, and play with balance. One hand or both hands. Relaxing the face. If you're sitting, you could do tree sitting down, bringing the foot against the shin, keeping your attention focused right here on this Friday morning. Relax the jaw, relax the gaze, and release. Let's go back to circling, noticing the difference between the standing leg and the other leg. And then let's switch sides. So stepping down, yes, you might come to the other side of the chair. Stepping down, bringing the other foot against the ankle. Toes can be touching down on the floor or raising that foot anywhere along the inseam and feeling that isometric press. Hands could be pressed together or just one. And taking your time with this, and like anything else, it's a practice. Remember, yoga is a practice, not a perfect. Even the longest practicing yogi is still practicing. So we're all doing our practice. We're following more or less the same movements and holdings, but we're each doing our own thing. Come back to circling the hips. And let's do a different stretch with the chair. So you could just come behind your chair, step feet back, holding on to the chair just with the tips of the fingers, tailbone back, and release the head down towards the arms. It could stay higher or it could come down between the arms. And feel that length of the spine from the tailbone to the neck. Shake the head gently, no. Nod the head, yes. You can bend the knees and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. And feel again the length, the stretch from the tailbone to the neck. From here, let's try a twist, bringing one hand to the hip. Legs supporting you, knees unlocked. Soften those knees or bend them. And back to holding on with both hands. And then switch, twisting to the other side, hand to the hip, looking out to the side. And back to center, and walk the feet forward. Turn around, back facing the back of the chair, and hold on to the chair. And you can walk forward, away from the chair, or closer to the chair. Bring the shoulder blades towards each other. Lengthening the arms. Let the chin drop towards the chest, and then lift it halfway, neutral, and then lift the chin up. Breathing here, softening the knees, relax the neck, shake the head gently side to side. And by shake, I really mean move slowly. And nod the head up and down in a yes. And release. Let's come back to our chairs. And let's try this bow and arrow move. I've never done a bow and arrow, but this is how it looks more or less. So bringing both arms to one side, feet planted firmly, reach the front hand to the back hand, and then pull back. And again, reaching, stretching the side body, pull back. You can have your thumb pointed up and gaze towards that thumb. So we're really stretching the ribs, the core working to keep us seated. It's harder than it looks. And release both arms out. And then let's turn to the other side. So bringing that front arm towards the back arm and stretching the hands to reach each other. The thumb, the arm that stays still, the back arm, thumb could be up and pull back. Reach and pull back. So you're shifting your weight side to side from sitting bone to sitting bone, stretching the ribs, the waist, using the core to stay balanced here on your chair, and relaxing the jaw. Maybe even smiling a little. And release. Let's do a ragdoll. Ragdoll, elbows come down to the thighs, head tips down. The spine is tipping forward on an angle. Imagine all the energy releasing down towards the ground. Again, shaking the head no, nodding the head yes. And let's do a prana bath. Let's rub the hands together, creating prana, friction, heat, energy, life force. Noticing our own life force by rubbing these hands together and feeling the heat. And then cupping the eyes, cupping the whole face, letting the head lean into those hands. Take a few breaths here, releasing energy downward. So forward folds are relaxing to the nervous system, while back bend. So let's bring the hands back to the thighs and press up. And bring the hands to the hips and expand the chest for a back bend, elbows drawing towards each other, shoulder blades drawing together. Back bends are enlivening, awakening, energizing. Forward folds, releasing. Inhale. So coming back to our cat and dog, it's the go-to for spine work, for noticing the breath, for bringing our attention back to the present. And come back to center. Let's sit back in the chair. Not all the way back, you're still sitting upright, but a big part of the thighs is resting on the chair. And let's try a different kind of pranayama, different kind of breath that's also very soothing. And it's called alternate nostril. It does a lot of good. I don't know if you guys have tried it before. Oh, good. So we're going to take the right hand, bending at the elbow. You can even support the hand with your other palm. And we're going to fold down the peace fingers, pointer and middle finger. We're going to use the thumb and ring finger to alternately close off the nostrils. If this doesn't work for you, too complicated, any two fingers will do. But this is traditionally how it's done. Shoulders relax down, so make sure you're sitting up tall, feet grounded, but also relaxed. Shoulders at rest, space around the neck and throat. We're going to take an inhale through both nostrils. Close off the right with the thumb. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close off the left nostril, open the right, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close off the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. And continue at your own pace. You can close your eyes or keep them at half mast. Relax the shoulders down. And the breath is an exhale followed by an inhale on each side. Listen to that sound of the breath. If you like, you could rock forward and back as you breathe. I like doing that to keep my attention present and to get my whole body into this breath. And if you forget your place, exhale and then inhale through one side and then the other. A few more rounds. When you're ready to stop this breath, do it slowly, taking your time. Try to finish with an exhale through the left nostril. Because we started on the left nostril, lower the hands down to the left. And notice how you feel after a few moments of that pranayama, of that breathing exercise. Alternate nostril balances the hemispheres of the brain, clears out the sinuses, keeps our attention focused right here on our bodies, on sensation, on this morning, this Friday morning. So here's an alternate version of it. Let's say you're feeling down, tired, and you want to liven up. You would inhale through the right nostril. The right nostril, connected to the left hemisphere of the brain, is enlivening. So you can do it with your fingers, closing off the left nostril, inhaling through the right, closing off the right, exhale through the left. And continue. Inhaling through the right, exhaling through the left. You don't have to exaggerate the breath at all. It could be just your natural breath. And notice the torso lifting and lowering as you inhale and exhale. And release. So that's the energizing side. And the relaxing side, let's say you're all hyped up, you've had too much coffee, you ran around too much, you want to slow down. So you do the reverse. You would inhale through the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the left, exhale through the right. And take a moment to see if you can try doing it without the fingers. So it's called psychic alternate nostril breath. But it works. Sometimes you're in a crowd or whatever and you want to slow down, you want to relax, you want to come to a more neutral feeling in your body. So imagine inhaling, and you are inhaling through both, but imagine the left is stronger. Inhaling through the left, exhaling through the right. And relaxing the body as you do that. Inhaling through the left, exhaling through the right. I've used this breath many times to calm myself from anxiety, from worries. Just to take a pause during the day, during the rushing of the day, and release. Let's come back to that nice 5-pointed star, opening up the chest, the belly, the back, space all around, and let's turn it into a warrior two. So turn the right leg 90 degrees to the right. The left leg can stay right where it is. Turn your gaze and look at the right arm. So this warrior, all the warriors are energizing, confidence building, positive, inducing. Gazing at the right fingers and torso centered. So now pull forward and pull back. Push forward as if you're moving into the future. Pull back into your past and come right back to center. So we want to be centered in this warrior two. Breathe here. Relax the jaw, shoulders softening downward. Turn the head opposite, looking at your back hand. And come back to center. We'll try that on the other side. First, shifting your weight side to side, massaging those glutes, stretching the waist, the shoulders, the neck, and then bring that left leg 90 degrees to the left. Right leg stays right where it is. Open the arms out in a T, arms 180 degrees. And you can look back and see if your arms are more or less aligned. And then gaze at the left fingers. Shift forward as if you're moving into the future. Shift back towards the past. Forward, back, forward, and back. But really, we're going side to side. And back to the center, to right now, where we really want to be. Right now in this moment, the only real moment is the present. And then let's shift into a peaceful warrior, lowering that back arm, raising the top arm. Relax the neck. Both feet grounded, both feet supporting us. And release, and let's come back to the first side, taking the knee out 90 degrees, arms out, and release into this peaceful warrior. Back arm comes back. You can hold onto the chair if you're a little afraid of falling. Relax the jaw, the cheeks, and then come back to center. And let's close the arms. Open the arms. Close. Open. Release the arms down. Let's march in place for a moment. Stretching one leg and the other. You can bend the knee, lifting up the leg, or straighten and bend. And if you like, you can add opposite arm and opposite leg. Marching in place, stretching those fingers. Working with your breath. And release. Let's come into Cobbler Pose. So sitting in front of the chair, soles of the feet together. So feel that warmth of the feet together. Bring the hands in front of the heart. So I've been told by some teachers, this is like a closed circuit. We're closing the feet, closing the arms. So all of our prana, all of our energy stays within the body. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, releasing. Inhaling energy, life force, prana, positivity. Exhale, letting go of what we don't need this morning. Feel those shoulders relaxing down. And then let's release that. Let's sit back for our guided relaxation. So sitting back in the chair, if you have a block or a pillow, place it right under the shoulder blades so that you're still sitting up, but you can rest back into that. Shoulders roll up and back and down, and then release the arms on your lap or at your sides. Once again, notice the ground beneath your feet. You could always raise the ground with blocks or books. And tilt the chin ever so slightly forward so that you feel the back of the neck stretching. Allow the face to soften. Eyes can close or be at half mast. And notice the cheeks, the jaw slackening, the forehead smoothing out. Imagine that forehead smooth and unlined. The temples at rest. The scalp relaxed. Hair flowing freely from the scalp. The top of the head, back of the head, sides of the head at rest. Down to the throat. You might swallow to release the throat. Again, eyes can be closed or at half mast, letting go of sensation of sight for now and turning inward. Notice that throat, notice the collarbones, the back of the neck, shoulders, shoulder blades. So your energy slowly lowering down from the head to the shoulders, upper arms, elbows, wrists, and forearms. Fingers can be curled naturally. Palms curving as well. And whether the palms are up or face down, imagine a pocket, a cloud of air, weightless but soothing in your palms. No need to grasp, it's staying right there. And then bring your attention to the chest, ribs, lifting and lowering, expanding and releasing. The belly rising and falling. Upper back, middle back, lower back, sacrum, buttocks, pelvis. Effortless, no squeezing, no holding, just letting go. Down to the thighs, the knees, the shins, calf muscles, all relaxed, all the energy flowing downward towards the tops of the feet, all 10 toes, the heels and ankles, and the soles of the feet. Imagine the arches releasing downward towards the ground. All your energy releasing downward, connecting our bodies to the earth through the soles of the feet. Imagine roots growing out through the soles of the feet into the earth, keeping us right here in stillness. Take another breath in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. And then slowly begin to take your energy upward. You might lift the toes and lift the heels, energizing the legs, not just the feet, but the shins, the knees, the quads and hamstrings. As we lift energy up from the roots into the legs, into the pelvis. You might do a Kegel lifting the pelvic floor. You might energize the core. And feel that energy rising up through the chest, up to the shoulders. Roll the shoulders up and back and down. Tilt the chin forward. And then roll the right ear towards the right shoulder. Tilt the chin back to center, and then roll the left ear towards the left shoulder. Come back to center. One more time on each side. Stretching the neck on one side and on the other side. Back to center, tilting the chin down, take the arms down. And as you raise the arms halfway, bring the chin to neutral, gazing at a point ahead of you, soft gaze. Maybe your eyes are still at half mast. Inhale, reaching the arms up, taking your time and turning the palms up towards the sky. Rock side to side. And then lower the hands in front of the heart. Bring the left hand to the sternum and cover it with the right. Shoulders down. Notice how you feel after your yoga practice. We've each done our own yoga practice. I hope you feel a little rested, but also a little enlivened this morning on this Friday morning, and I hope that carries you through this day. Thanks for joining me. Namaste.
Namaste.
That means the light in me salutes the light in you.